Think about creating a habitat for butterflies and hummingbirds in an area that not only they enjoy, but an area that you can enjoy. And it would be just like here on this patio right outside the back of the house. And you can surround your patio with plants that wildlife enjoys. One of my favorite plants right here is Salvia black and blue. Out of all the plants that you could probably plant, it's the #1 plant that will attract more hummingbirds than anything else. And this plant really starts blooming late in the season. And for those of us who live in very cold areas, you may have to bring it in the winter and protect it. But you could just be sitting right here on a patio, relaxing. And if you wait long enough, the hummingbirds will come within 3 feet of where you're sitting. There are other plants that will also attract hummingbirds and butterflies, like butterfly shrubs, which is right behind this plant here. Some other great plants to consider would be the variety called white profusion, which is a pure white butterfly bush. In a lot of the research that they've done, they have found that this white form of the butterfly bush attracts more butterflies and hummingbirds than the other types. And right here, around the base of the rock garden wall, it's another plant that's called Plumbago. And it's Ceratostigma plumbagonoides. It's a hardy perennial, comes back every year. And just a few minutes ago, there was a sphinx moth. Now, I've always called them hummingbird moths. They look like baby hummingbirds, but really it's a moth. But these are great garden plants that you can incorporate throughout your garden, because remember, hummingbirds tend to be territorial, so you want lots of these plants so you have a lot of food sources for the wildlife. There is a wide variety of plants that you can plant in your garden. I have found to attract more butterflies, you might want to plant long, narrow beds, maybe 10 feet long, could even be 20 feet long, but it might only be 3 or 4 feet wide. The butterflies love to travel up and down the same exact plant when it's in full bloom. Consider planting some fall blooming asters for butterflies. Now again, you're going to be able to attract fritillarias, mourning cloaks, monarchs, swallowtails, sulfur butterflies, and in addition, of course, the sphinx moth and the hummingbirds. One of my favorite plants here is known as the summer blooming phlox. It blooms pretty much July, August, September, October, almost until frost. Even pollinators like the carpenter bees love this perennial flower. Remember, it's easy to plant a hummingbird and butterfly garden right in your own backyard. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
For more garden tips, go to inthegardenradio.com.